Hello and welcome to the Campbell Museums. Today our What's in the Box video is going to be rehousing box number 3. So this is what the box started out looking like, and this is all of the items that were inside of it. So let's clear up the table and get started on rehousing everything. Please like this video and subscribe to our YouTube channel to show us some love. You can also support the Campbell Museums by becoming a member. So the first thing I'm going to do with the box is I think I'm going to use a tray idea. So I have 2 layers and I'm just going to line my tray with some padding, and I'm going to line the box with some padding as well. That's the basic foundation to a good box. The other thing I need to do with this medical electricity kit is that it has a lot of loose little items just sitting inside of it. And so I want to just wrap those up in some tissue, make them a little more padded so they're less likely to shift around. So the next thing I do is just a simple layout, trying to kind of experiment with how the items are going to be organized. I'm prioritizing lighter items on the tray and heavier items to go into the base of the box. One thing I have to do is make sure that the heights will work. So I have to figure out with what I put on the lower level and what I put on the tray that when I put the tray inside the box, they'll actually fit once the lid is on it. So now I need to build the posts to support the tray. And it looks like the tray fits in really nice. And this is what the posts look like. And then the final post, I put a little bit of board on top of each post for extra support. And here is what the final inside looks like and what the final tray looks like, or so I thought. We'll come back to that a little later. Right now, we're going to make individual mounts and supports for items that need it. So the microphone had a loose base plate, so I just needed to tie that up to support the base plate. And then I'm gonna make a little support since it's laying down. The weight is not evenly distributed. So I'm just building a little cradle for it to add some extra support. Once I have the mount how I like it, I wrap it in some tissue to get rid of any scratchy ethafoam. So now I realize that I wanted the battery to be standing upright, but as you can see, the battery has that long loop at the top. And so if I put the battery upright, the tray gets in the way. So I decided what I will do is cut out part of the tray. So now I'm just creating a circle, and I've got to make sure that where that cut happens, it's perfect, because once I've committed myself to that cut, there's no going back, and it's going to affect how everything lays in the bottom of the box and how everything lays in the tray. And so if I get that placement wrong, it'll throw everything off. So I'm pretty happy with my circle there. Beautiful. One thing I need to do though is just smooth out those edges a little bit. It's looking kind of ragged. And now we test again, and it looks good. So I'm going to make another mount. I want to make sure again that the battery is well supported since I'm having it stand upright. I don't want it falling over while it's in the box. So the last step is adding some Tyvek tape around the edge so that it's extra smooth. So if for some reason someone has unsteady hands and they bump the battery, there's no rough edges that are gonna catch it or scratch it. But I did make the hole large enough that it shouldn't hit the battery when putting the tray down. Now I'm just doing the final placement of the items on the top tray. And once I'm happy with that, go in and make supports so that the items don't shift around. So that's the start of my support right there. Day 2, just continuing to build the support for the upper tray to keep everything nice and sturdy. Now we've got 3 little cubbies made and there's just 1 more to go. Final step is getting those barcodes and labels onto everything. This helps with inventorying boxes nice and quickly. It also helps easily identify an artifact when you've got a really easy tag to read with the ID number on it. Finishing touches, just a little more tissue here and there to really make sure everything's nice and snug. So here's what we started with. Everything just dumped into that one box. You had no idea what was in there. And now we've got this on the lower level. So I've got the post to support the lid. In the center, there's a piece of ethafoam that's preventing the 4 items from shifting around it. And it was the perfect size for the Cinecodec manual to pop right on top of that. And then I can easily pop the tray right onto its supports. The battery fits wonderfully. And that's what it looks like from the top when you open the box. And again, my favorite part, putting the lid back on. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Give it a like if you did, and keep an eye out for box number 4.